Once upon a time, we believed we could do anything. We built dreams out of ideas, turned fear into courage, and found magic in the moments that mattered most. Somewhere along the way, we grew up, but wonder never left us. It's still here, in the builders, the believers, and the brave. Tonight, we celebrate those who shape the impossible.
I think, as I think about that question, it's what I can learn from others. When we have these meetings or we meet together and we think about, a question you may ask and someone will answer and it's something I completely didn't even think about. And I think that's the beauty of why I want to come to this is, grow my perspective or think about something outside of what I'm thinking, or someone coming from a different experience, a different business, and it makes me think about my business and my personal growth in a different way, which is the ultimate reward, right? If I can get a different perspective and think about my own business in that situation, then it's better for me to learn from others each and every day. So I think that was I don't know if I answered the question directly, but yeah, that's what I've learned a lot from that.
Oh, well, that's community. I feel like community, it's been set aside for a lot of people, and I think we have to come back to that. Community, it's empowering, you can build, you get experiences you never thought you would, just these chance conversations with people. Here at the Chamber, I have left here just flying high after our Friday meetings because I was like, oh, that really spoke to me. But it's the community that you get when you're here that develops that.
Is me understanding that I don't have a lot of time on this earth, and that the clock is always ticking, and it's up to me and no one else for me to leave a legacy, for me to build a legacy, for me to live in my purpose and achieve my highest potential. So the clock is always ticking, and that's what drives me.
I've really valued being in community with the other business leaders in Mansfield this year as I've really engaged with them. Our Friday morning meetings, just really bouncing ideas off of each other and not being so siloed. And with, I've got a good leadership team here, and we work on a lot of things. But it's hearing completely, we all have similar backgrounds, right? We're all coming up out of manufacturing and aerospace, and so we bounce ideas off each other, but we've all come from the same place. Being in, seeing people that are in insurance or roofing businesses or other entrepreneurs that run other businesses, and hearing how they react to similar challenges but widely different industries has been it's given me a lot of insight that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
So for me, it has a lot to do with how I was raised. I come from your typical lower middle class Texas family. I watched my parents struggle a lot. I never wanted that. I have siblings that are doing very well for themselves and one sibling that is still struggling. And I don't want that for me. I don't want to be working until I'm 80 years old. I want to have a comfortable retirement with my husband. I want to help other people achieve those goals and dreams for themselves and not be struggling well into their retirement. I want them to I started late. I want to help them start early and find the value in how much easier it is to achieve those goals if you start early and it just becomes second nature and natural to you.
I think what drives me to give my time and resources to something bigger in my business is a fundamental belief that we are all part of a greater reality than this physical existence that we have here on this earth. And while our business is, my business is, serves me to provide for some of the physical needs that I have while I'm here, the far greater truth is that my life, and for that matter, the lives of all of us, are just a brief flash in the context of this greater reality. And so for me, I think, more than wanting to close a sale or close a deal, I want to help people on their own long-term journeys in that greater reality. And so I think that things like the Friday morning discussions at the Chamber gives us each an opportunity to do that, to contribute to a cause that is far greater than any one of our individual businesses.
Yeah. Well, I believe in a community. I believe that the best of all communities is a community that comes together and strengthens one another. And I've been in business for over 30 years, close to 40 years now. And I know that I've got some experience that some younger people could learn from, but I'm not done learning. I can learn from young people, I can learn from others. And so I think my involvement in the Chamber and in the community strengthens us by what I can share, but also what I can continue to learn.
Excellent. That's it, you did great. It just rolls out of you. It does.
Well, I've always believed that we have a responsibility to give back to our community, and we've been involved with our community, and I think Fuller Benefits demonstrates that through our involvement, of course, here at the Mansfield Chamber of Commerce and through other local events. That gives us an opportunity, and it gives the community an opportunity to meet us and to see the passion and the excitement about what we do. And that energy really, for us, I think, when you display that, it's contagious, and people are inspired by that.
Well, I've always known that we're so finite and we're so small, but we think we're so big. And then we put ourselves in a position to where we get to help somebody, or we get to see somebody benefit from the activities of other people and the impact that it makes. And so I've always known that God was my creator, that I was born in His image, and that my goal was to make an impact on people's lives. And I've always known that. That's never, ever been a question for me. And so it's always been exciting, and it's just like the dream. It's just like when I was a kid. It's just like wanting to have fun and enjoy other people and work with other people and just be around other people and help and serve. And just the smiles, just the smiles and the appreciation for when you've gone out of your way and done something for somebody just for the pure purpose of helping. And it's just, that's it. I mean, I can't really put it into any other words.
Relationships, the relationships I've made, the joy, the experiences. And again, one of the things we talk about a lot here at the Chamber is when you are when you are working towards who you are and your purpose, the results, the joy, the happiness brought, the good things that happen, it's endless. It's a wonderful way to live.
I guess my biggest bold belief this year was that I needed to focus more intently, not more intensely, on where we were going as a company. I'd spread myself pretty thin. being different parts of different committees, being part of our franchise advisory council. I didn't say no enough. And we had bought a Airbnb, and so I was spending a lot of time and energy dealing with that, taking care of that, and things it got out of hand. And so the belief was that if I can focus more intently on the specific things that I need to do to grow my business and be able to be a better community partner, then that's what will happen. And so that's literally what is happening.
So we went this year from being sales focused to more of an educational focused business. We realized that people weren't wanting more quotes, they wanted clarity. They wanted to know what they were buying and why they were buying it. So we jumped out there, we produced 30 videos this year that are all education based, all basically surrounding the questions we continue to get from our clients. And we started putting those out on social media. And what we found after we did that is people were reaching out to us. They knew that we were the experts, we knew what we were talking about, and they knew they were going to get clarity from us and not just a sale.
Well, I care about society, and I think that's what drives me to be involved in other things outside of business, because I care about the future of this country and the future of our society. And Western civilization is challenged greatly, and so that is what drives me, and that's what I have a passion for.
I think our biggest growth this year was just being out in the community, and we joined the Mansfield Chamber, and that was kind of a big step for us, but just being present at community events. And we've just been out of the credit union. We've been out of our comfortable space this year, and it's been a really good move for us.
Let's talk about a digital launch and why we would do one of those instead of the traditional ribbon cutting. I know that you'll all agree with me that the world has definitely changed and that we've been propelled into the digital future by at least 10 years. Now, think about this. By 2040, the rate of change will be 4 times what it is now. And that means that you will experience 1 year of change in just 3 months. See, our world is in a perpetual state of acceleration. And in order to survive as a business, our learning and our adaptability must accelerate with it, or we're going to get left behind. So let's talk back again about that digital launch, okay? First of all, I know that you will agree that the reason you want to do something is because you just opened your business or you have a new location and you want everyone to know. The objective is to create awareness with as many people as possible in order to get customers, right? So there's a saying, go to the mountain. And in marketing, that means you have to identify your audience and you have to go where they are. So where are they? Where are all of us right now? Well, we're on our phones. And if I can't find what I'm looking for on this phone, it doesn't exist. And that means if you and your business isn't on this phone when I open it up and do a search, you don't exist. And today, video content is king. And that trend is not changing anytime soon. Customers report that 90% make their purchasing decisions easier with video content. Now, I could tell you what they think the future is with video, but it would absolutely blow your mind. There is a quote that I want you to keep in mind when you think about these changes. You cannot step into the same river twice. And what that means is that as a business, as anyone, you've got to constantly evolve, and change in order to stay ahead. So today, let's do a digital launch.
What comes to mind when you hear made from scratch? Fresh ingredients, perhaps, or food that's made with love. How Mom used to do it. Homemade and homegrown. You can envision the spills on the floor, flour on the counter, smells in the air. Made from scratch is how food should be made. That's why all our kitchens are scratch kitchens, just like you'd make it without having to make it. Welcome to our scratch kitchens.
Every day you push through pain, telling yourself it'll pass. But what if today was the day it stopped controlling you? At Get Wellness in Mansfield, we don't just adjust your spine, we reset your entire system with advanced shockwave therapy, IV wellness, and personalized care. You'll feel your body realign as your energy returns. Picture yourself waking up pain-free, moving with ease, and living the life that you've been waiting for. It's not just possible, it's your next step. So take back control. Book your first session at Get Wellness today and step into the freedom your body deserves. In business, longevity isn't given, it's earned. And for 33 years, Golden Mechanical has stood the test of time, delivering expert HVAC solutions to homes and businesses across Arlington. In an industry where companies come and go, Golden Mechanical is a name that lasted. 33 years means you're choosing a company with a proven track record, one that's weathered every challenge and keeps delivering excellence. When experience matters, choose the name that's been trusted since 1991.